In the example we just discussed, our hypothetical scope request contained a wildcard, the asterisk. Through it, the client app is seeking permission to obtain all available and future FHIR resources stored on the server for the current patient. This raises the issue of patient privacy. The authorization server asking a patient to authorize a smart app requesting patient/*read should inform them that they are being asked to allow the app access to all currently available and future FHIR resources that might contain potentially more sensitive data, such as their genomic variations, as we'll discuss later. Of course, as we discussed when we looked at Health Vault, giving the patient usable tools to select what they are willing to share is a challenge. However, the granular nature of FHIR resources could certainly facilitate the development of such a tool. This would be particularly true if, as illustrated here in a medication request resource example from the FHIR site, all applicable resources included the reason for orders and procedures. If they did, then a patient might specify that they wish to share all information related to a particular clinical problem, and the app could figure out what that information is. At present, these cause and effect relationships are not in all the applicable FHIR resources. Even if they were, this is not just an issue for the standard. A complete solution would require vendor support of the idea in their EMR and provider willingness to take the time to indicate these relationships. Alternately, this may well be another opportunity for machine learning to infer relationships from the data recorded over many patient encounters. The authorization server may not grant the level of access requested by the app. For example, an app with the goal of obtaining read and write access to our old friend the patient's allergy intolerance resources requests the clinical scope of patient allergy intolerance . The authorization server may respond in a variety of ways, as shown here. App designers should anticipate this, and their apps should consider the permissions granted to them, and they may need to change their behavior accordingly.